Hey guys, thank you for taking some time to connect for the HubSpot CMS for Marketers office hour study group. We are excited to talk through some of our favorite HubSpot AI updates today. We went through two office hours ago a ton of the HubSpot AI updates from inbound 2023. HubSpot is doing a massive overhaul with AI and using it, integrating it into the tool, which is really exciting. At that point, a lot of things were still in beta, still in private beta, and not accessible yet. Now, a lot of these are in public beta. Our team has had time to test and play around with some of the tools. So today we're going to talk about some of our favorite tools, some things to consider when using the tools, maybe some limitations of the tools as they stand now. So excited to get into this. I've got Sam from our team joining us, who is going to talk all about the content side and some exciting things on the content side of HubSpot AI. So again, thank you for taking some time to watch the HubSpot CMS for Marketers today. If you are here and want to put in the chat your name, your position, your location, and then let us know if you are using HubSpot AI at all. We'd love to know what you're using, what you're loving. Feel free to join the conversation. So meet the speakers. This is not accurate for today. I am Megan Sullivan. I am the creative director at Nextiny. Been using the HubSpot CMS for over 7 years now. Passionate about the platform. I'll also let Sam, she's going to share in some slides, so I'll let you introduce yourself when you start the slides. But she is our content expert, resident content expert at Nextiny. So lucky to have her here, and hopefully we'll have her in more office hours in the future. Got a lot of knowledge to share. If you are new to the HubSpot CMS community and or new to office hours, thank you for connecting. What this is basically just a community of marketers using the HubSpot CMS, a place for us to all learn from each other, do better marketing together, share what's frustrating, what's working, etc. within HubSpot CMS. So there's two main ways that we connect as a community, and that is in the HubSpot CMS for Marketers study group. If you're not already a part of it, go ahead and join. There's a wall sort of forum that you can post on. Our team, as well as the HubSpot team, is consistently monitoring those posts so we can make sure you get answers to any of your questions. And it's a cool community where other people are sharing what's working, what's not working, etc. Then we also have these office hours, which are just 30 minutes. We try to make them as action-oriented as possible, sharing what's new, sharing tips and tricks, all within the HubSpot CMS. So thanks for being here. If you're not already a part of one of those two communities, you are more than welcome to join. We'd love to have you. Today's office hours agenda, like I said, we're going to talk about what we are loving with HubSpot AI. We are Nextiny. We are an agency that partners with HubSpot to put on the CMS office hours. So our team internally has been early adapters of the HubSpot AI tools. And again, really excited about what's to come. In HubSpot AI, some limitations, but some tools we are really already using and loving. And those are the ones we're going to focus on sharing today. And then at the end, we'll have a time of question and answer. If anyone has questions, we would be more than happy to answer those for you. A lot of these updates are from inbound 2023, where HubSpot launched a ton of the AI updates. So this is a full scope scale of all of the product launches for each of the hubs in HubSpot AI. There's a ton of things out there, so we're only going to cover a couple today. Go in and check them out. I will make sure in the follow-up email you have links to all of these assets so you can dig into this in your own time. But a lot of cool things, particularly the CMS is going to be the AI website builder, content assist for website pages and blogs, which we're going to talk through today. Image generation, I believe this is still in beta, so not accessible just yet. AI generated copy, social copy, which is live right now, and then also some blog title generators, which I think Sam's going to probably touch on. This tool has expanded, but some things we're going to touch on there. If you are not... Let me go back. I think I skipped. If you're not seeing any of this inside of your HubSpot account, or you're not sure what exactly I'm talking about, step one is going to be enabling AI Assistant inside of your HubSpot account. So you might have to be a super admin to do this. I'm not sure what level access you'll need to in order to enable this, but you're going to go into your settings, and then under tools on the left side, you'll see AI Assistants. I would recommend enabling all of these. You have them, they're there. If you need them, use them. If you don't end up enjoying them, don't use them or turn them off. But you will need to have this enabled to use most of the features we're going to talk through today. The next thing I'll say here is if you are not already familiar with how to enroll yourself into any of the betas. So most of these are going to be public betas that you can enroll in. Some of them are live features that are already built in your account once you turn your AI assistant on. You can go into click your little profile picture there and then go into product updates. For this, you will need to be a super admin, but you'll see all of HubSpot's public betas that you can just go ahead and opt yourself into. Really cool way to stay on top of what HubSpot is coming out with, be ahead of the new tools and updates that are a part of HubSpot, and also you usually have space to leave some feedback. So if you're in a beta that you don't necessarily love, you can always comment, give feedback, help them improve these tools. So something I would recommend checking out periodically to make sure you are engaged in the latest beta. So if you are not seeing any of the things Sam and I are talking about today, those are the two places I would check to make sure that this is enabled inside of your account. With that, I'm going to pass it over to Sam to talk about one of our first favorite HubSpot AI update feature. And Sam, if you wouldn't mind just giving yourself a little introduction as well as I kick it off to you for this first slide.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Megan. So I'm Samantha Carey. I am the content manager here at Nextiny. I have been working in the HubSpot platform for about 3.5 years, working on content for about the same amount of time. So we've been really, really excited with all of the AI blog post updates that they're coming out with all this inbound 2023 updates. So I'm very, very excited to kind of show you some of my favorite tools that have been very, very helpful because it is going to be paired with the SEMrush data. So you not only get the benefits of what you could get from ChatGPT, but you're getting that with the SEO research that comes from the SEMrush data. So it's just going to be that added benefit. So on this slide, I have two images for both of the AI content tools that we love to use. I use these all the time, so they're super, super simple to use. And the first one, which is going to be this first picture here, with this tool, you can hit the backslash, or I've even seen in a couple of our platforms that in the top bar with all the tools that there's a little lightning bolt tool, and that will show you how to find this as well. And you can use this to, as you see in the drop down, we can see that you can generate paragraphs, outlines, ideas, and conclusions. So the way that tool works in such a simple way is if you are wanting to write a new piece of content and maybe you're stuck on some ideas, or you kind of have a general idea of what you want to talk about and you haven't really fleshed out the idea, you can use this tool to kind of either help you find blog titles under the generate ideas. It'll give you a little bit of a prompt and you can fill in like, I would like to talk about top restaurants in Sarasota, and it will start to generate some titles with some keywords from the SEMrush data that they can pull. And then there's also a outline tool, so you can pick a title, or if you have one already and maybe you want to figure out how best to utilize your H2 and H3 tags in the blog, that outline will really help put that together. And then from there, you can use the generate paragraph or conclusion and basically kind of play around with the tool and basically build out a blog as you need in the features that you might need it. Maybe you want to just write a specific paragraph with this tool. You don't have to worry about asking the tool to write the entire blog. It can just be the paragraph or maybe just the conclusion. So it's really, really simple to be able to build what you need in this tool. But the second tool that's recently just come out is generating a blog post. And with this tool, you can basically select the same kind of idea. I want to write a blog. Maybe I want to write a blog about HubSpot implementation. And from there, it'll take you to this second image here where it says select a blog title. And it kind of gives you some different blog titles, as well as a specific keyword that it's pulling for, such as this first one, the power of B2B marketing, is pulling for B2B marketing as the main keyword. And then from there, it shows you the monthly search volume, which we can see here is a very, very high monthly search volume. But we can also see that it's pretty difficult to rank for because it is a very, very searched term. And it might be easier to rank for something that maybe isn't as highly searched or as broad of a topic. And from there, if say we decided to write that blog, underneath that list of options, you can just hit generate blog post and it will write the entire blog post for you, which is an excellent, excellent tool because it's going to be pulling from the keywords, pulling from the topics and some of the research that they can pull from your HubSpot account with the blogs itself. But obviously, with using these AI tools, the one thing you have to consider is that it is written by a bot and you need to test and obviously proofread / human check the content to make sure that it makes sense and that there isn't plagiarized or copyrighted content, and that it's obviously not going to flag your content as AI because that can be really, really hurtful to the ranking of that piece and to maybe even to your whole website in itself because it's going to be seeing that it was generated all by AI. So that's the one caveat is you have to consider testing it through maybe a couple of AI checkers or we've definitely used a couple tools such as like I think it's Zero Chat GTP or Zero GTP and running it through maybe Copyscape to make sure it's not getting flagged for copyrighted content as well. But other than that, these tools are really, really excellent if you're needing a quick blog or needing some ideas. So we've been using this a lot to kind of pull from SEO data from some of our blogs, or even just being able to rewrite a couple of sections and generate a paragraph based off of the blog that we already have written.
Thanks so much, Sam. So exciting. Yeah, such a cool tool. A huge takeaway, if you are not already blogging consistently, creating content consistently, go in and have HubSpot do it for you. The blogging tool paired with SEMrush, so you actually have data, is so cool, so exciting. So yeah, we'll have Sam back to share more about creating content inside of HubSpot, how to make sure that the content that you're generating with AI still feels human. This is a common theme you'll hear us talk about anytime we talk about things with AI. We're not at the place where we can just let AI run wild. We need human eyes to give anything you're generating with HubSpot AI, ChatGPT, et cetera, any of the AI tools out there, making sure they have that human touch and feel, not only to avoid penalizations from Google, et cetera, but also to make sure your content feels really relevant and is accurate for your business. So yes, check out HubSpot AI blog generator, et cetera. And Sam will be sticking around if you guys have questions on this specifically or on anything copy content at the end. Another AI feature that we are loving and using all the time and is something you hopefully have already seen inside of the HubSpot tool is the in-text AI content assistant. So let me see here. I keep skipping my slides. Why we love this is because it's pretty much available everywhere you have a rich text inside of your HubSpot platform. So again, like Sam was saying, you can do it inside of a blog, you can do it inside of website page content, you can do it inside of landing page content, inside of emails, etc. And what this will do is we'll rewrite a chunk of text for you, expand, shorten, or change tone. So this can be super helpful if you just have a jot of an idea down and you need some help for how to fine tune it, how to finesse it, how to make it, a little bit cleaner or more clearly communicated copy. And again, it's pretty much everywhere where you have copy on your site. So this is something we use to take a first pass at streamlining content on websites, etc. We like to have short, streamlined verbiage, particularly on your website pages, but also in email copy, etc. So this can be a really cool tool to use to help sort of beef up your copy without burning a ton of your own calories, trying to rewrite, etc. All of that. Some things to consider here are maybe limitations of the tool right now. Obviously, if you're using a tool like ChatGPT, et cetera, you can go back and forth. You can say, hey, can you make this sound a little more X? Can you take this out? Can you rewrite this? HubSpot's functionality is going to be a little bit more limited. So pretty much the options you see on the screen are what you're going to have available to do. We haven't seen the change tone be anything crazy drastic, so not something that we're using a ton, but still a cool tool to try out if you have a particular tone that your business is using. And again, it's pretty much available everywhere. So even if you just write down H1 or a H2 for the topic on your page or for where you're wanting to add in content, and then you can expand that. You can use some of that text or paragraph text on the page itself. So really cool thing you should have access to if you have your AI assistant enabled, and also it's pretty much everywhere inside the HubSpot platform now, which is exciting. Another thing we are loving, I particularly am loving being on the website team, is one-click title meta description generations for website pages, landing pages, and blog posts. So basically what this does is once you have your page copy written, you can click that little lightning bolt symbol. You can generate your page title. You can generate your meta description, all from the content that's on your page. So really cool feature, especially if you have maybe some lazy team members, maybe some non-marketers creating pages, creating blogs who are maybe skipping out on meta descriptions. If you make this at least a part of your process, so they have some sort of meta descriptions on all of your pages, this is going to be really important, as well as obviously page titles. We love this because, like I said, it's a really great starting point. So if you're not doing this at all, doing this and then fine-tuning it is going to be a really important piece here. Obviously, this is, again, something that's going to need some human interaction. It's super easy to use. The things that we have noticed to consider when using the meta description generator is that you have to have around 250 or more characters on the page itself in order for this to really generate properly. It's only a starting point. Again, it's something that you're going to need to fine tune, make sure that your relevant keywords are included in your meta descriptions, not just letting AI run wild with this. It doesn't account for character limit, so that's going to be a frustrating thing. You'll see that little green light that I have at the bottom of the screen here is usually not going to be populated when you just generate it straight from the AI. It usually is going to go over your character limits, so you need to make sure you fine tune that so that you're fitting within character limits for these meta descriptions here. And then once you generate the AI, you do not have access to your original text anymore. So if you were tied to your original meta description, make sure you're copying that and saving it elsewhere before you generate, so that way you can get back to previous versions. Cool thing again here is you can continue generating with most of these AI tools. If you feel like something's kind of on the right track, you can say generate another option with all of these, so you can run through some different versions. But something we are using as a starting point for a lot of these meta description pieces and finding helpful, again, with some fine tuning. So a cool tool, a cool AI feature that we have found helpful so far. Next one is subject lines for marketing emails. This is, again, I think this is in public beta, so you should be able to access it within your account. What this looks like inside of your emails is you'll see here in the subject line, you can have this little generate button where it'll give you some options based, again, on the copy inside of your email. This will give you lots of options to play with, which is fun. So you can say more like this. You can go ahead and insert your generated subject line there. You can play around with this again a little bit and continue to generating, so you kind of can get the wheels turning. And sometimes it does a really good job of communicating effectively. This is one that we just launched a new website. So we're sending out an email saying, hey, check out our new website. And these are some options it gave you. You can see unveiling Nextiny's new look, introducing Nextiny's new look. So nothing groundbreaking, but nice starting points. Experience the fully updated Nextiny website, etc. So lots of options, easy to use is why we love it. Some things to consider are it does not really vary title, case, and tone. So if there are a specific tone or specific feel to emails that you want to send, it's not really going to play around with that too much. They are somewhat formal from what we've seen of what it will automatically generate. Sometimes not sounding as human as we want to sound with those email open rates and as customer focused. So something to consider there can be a good starting point, but sometimes we want to make these a little punchier, a little more customer focused, and doesn't necessarily, from what we've seen, take into account trends or best practices. So you're not going to get any emojis in there. Certainly, it's not going to populate some of those best practice keywords that can be a part of those email subject lines. So again, really good starting point, but something that will probably need some fine tuning, but a fun tool to play around with nonetheless, and one that we have found useful. Okay, so with that, the last one I'm going to talk through today, and then we'll have some time if anyone has questions, is the HubSpot Sales Chrome extension. So this is cool extension you can add in to your Chrome, and when you are in Gmail, you can go ahead and have HubSpot populate a sales email for you. So you'll see this form come up when you're inside your email. You'll just have access to, again, that little lightning bolt, and it'll say, okay, what type of email are you sending? What are you selling? Who are you selling to? In a few words, describe what you want to communicate in this email. And then you can select your tone, and it'll populate the full email for you, which can reduce a lot of calories, especially if you're sending a ton of sales emails or have a sales team working with this. Or you can use this to populate some emails, email copy that you're using in your marketing emails as well. So repurposing some of this copy on landing pages, etc. So easy to follow template. It kind of gives you the 1, 2, 3s, and then it's going to spit out something based on what you put in there. And then again, you're just going to be able to pop these out faster and quicker since you've got some AI support to help you make it happen. Things to consider when using this tool are it usually generates pretty long templates. So again, our team, Kara on our team was the one who loved this one, and she recommends kind of picking sections and dividing it into 2 or 3 emails versus 1. So again, you can even use this to create sort of sales email sequences, etc. So keeping in mind, obviously, you're going to need to read through, make sure it makes sense for your sales pipeline, your sales process, how you communicate, but a cool tool that our team has been using and loving. Right now, it's only available for Gmail users, but we'll keep our eyes out because I'm sure HubSpot's AI is expanding and potentially will be available for more and more users. Those are our top AI tools that we're using and loving right now. If you guys have any you want to pop in the chat that you are loving that we did not include today, we'd love to hear what's working for you well. Sam and I know we've got a small gang here today, but Sam and I will hang out for until 4:30 if you guys have any other questions related to any of the HubSpot AI things we covered today, or any other questions, HubSpot CMS in general. We would love to answer them for you or get you resources to those answers as well. Thanks again, Sam, for joining us today. And thanks, guys, for connecting and being part of our HubSpot CMS office hours today. Exciting AI stuff happening in the HubSpot world, which is really fun.